We're getting buzzed with our friends. We're watching movies, gonna stay till the end. Credits, we're having fun. 10 out of 10. Let's drink some beers and melt away our headaches. Oh, we're gonna wash our cares away.
We would like to welcome to the Movie Buzzed Procreate guest line, Andy Milder, what most recently of Weeds fame, I suppose?
I would say, yeah. I would say that. It depends. It depends on who you're asking. It's a weird existence as a character actor in this town. Most of what I imagine your viewers listening will know is Weeds. Some will know me as the crazy, psychopathic, mentally challenged guy on Criminal Minds. And the very few, hopefully, will know me as Lester Dawson from Austin and Alley on Disney. But, man, those are young kids listening.
No, I hope they are not listening to this show. That would be,
exactly.
I would not advise that to any parents here. But, yeah, that was kind of one of my first questions. Is that the role that you're most recently known for? Do people approach you for a variety of reasons, or... I would assume so.
It's kind of weird.
You've been in a lot of shit, man.
Yeah, again, as a character guy in town, it's weird. Most people know me from Weeds. I mean, there's no doubt about that, especially people of, anywhere between the ages of 20 and 40. Most of them know me through Weeds. But every now and again, I did one episode, that's it, of Criminal Minds. People are psychotically attached to that show, and they know me from it. And it's just like, wow, okay, all right, yeah, that's me. I'm that guy.
I mean, Jesus himself is on that show, so I can see why people would be obsessed with it.
Oh, see, I missed that episode.
Right, wait, isn't Criminal... Is that the one with Jim Caviezel?
No.
Damn it!
No, you're thinking that's Persons of Interest.
See, I need to catch up with my network television, apparently.
Yeah, no worries.
Oh, well, okay, Jesus is not on Criminal Minds, so... Just disregard that last comment there.
Sorry. You had me all excited. I was like, wow, I didn't know he actually showed up.
You're in good company, sir. Well, I was curious. Okay, let's just get into the meat of the fucking thing. I'm really excited to talk to you real fast about Star Trek. You were a part of Voyager and Deep Space Nine, right?
Indeed.
What's it like working on such a massive franchise like Star Trek?
I was a kid growing up watching Star Trek, so I loved the show. Working on it was fucking cool, is what it was. I mean, that's the simplest answer I can give you. I mean, it was just fucking cool to be on Star Trek. Wow, I'm going to be on this show that I've been watching since I was, 6 years old, basically. I loved it, and it was a lot of fun. It was the only thing that was disappointing about the whole experience was that when I first got a hold of a tricorder and a phaser, they didn't feel like real because they're not real and it's made up and we should know that already. But wait, no, it's a tricorder. It should be heavy and do things and stun people.
Stun, you bastard, stun.
Yeah. I was like, come on, work, man. Where are the life readings? I don't see any life readings.
Oh, no. Something has gone horribly wrong.
Yeah, and then the same with the phaser. I was like, come on, man. Why doesn't... I mean, I understand it's a prop, but it's still a phaser, man.
Just walk around.
Fucking blast somebody out of the world.
So you started out, from what I was doing a little research, and
God bless.
That must be weird, that when people are like, I've been doing some research on you, it seems strange.
It's a little creepy, but that's okay.
It seems strange to me, but yeah, you've been in a lot of things, and what is on Twitter, it's like you refer to yourself as what's his face. You've been in Married with Children, Wonder Years, Murphy Brown, NYPD Blue, CSI, House. It's just one of my personal favorites, 6 Feet Under and West Wing.
Oh yeah, that was fun. Yeah, I loved that show.
It's a lot. You've been doing a lot. So when's the first instance you remember being starstruck, and does it still happen if it ever has happened?
Okay, so the first instance, and that's a tough question because the first instance probably was when I was a kid. I met Bob Newhart and Don Rickles at literally like a fair.
Nice.
And it was here in L.A., but like they had like a Brentwood Country Fair or something. And Bob Newhart and Don Rickles were there, and I was like, oh my God, this is the coolest thing I've ever seen. And they gave me their autographs, and I was just completely and totally blown away. I just thought that was beyond awesome.
No, really, yeah. Don Rickles seems a little edgy for a child.
Well, I watched him on national TV when he was doing, cleaned up stuff. So that's how I knew him. And Bob Newhart, I still think to this day that the Mary Tyler Moore Show and the Bob Newhart Show, the originals of both, were some of the best television that's ever been made.
Nice.
So I was a huge fan even as a kid. I just, a lot of my sense of humor comes from that. And I was blown away. Now, you ask me if it's happened since. It doesn't happen quite to the same degree.
Mm-hmm.
However, I met, now this is going to sound really weird to a lot of your listeners, but I met Bob Balaban recently. And I was a little starstruck. Bob Balaban, do you even know who he is?
I was opening Google right now.
Pull him up. Bob is a character actor, and the minute you see him, you're going to go, I totally know that guy.
Yeah, damn it. Yeah, I know exactly who he is.
Right? Great actor. I mean, like, great actor. Does wonderful work. Has been in really important, good shit. I think he was in at least 2 Spielberg movies. He's great.
He's everywhere.
And he's humble, and he's a good guy, and I met him and I wasn't starstruck like, but I was a little starstruck to meet Bob Balaban. So I think it just kind of depends, who you are and where you are. For me, meeting a guy like that was really cool. I imagine, to kind of steal from the Steve Martin joke, if I were a plumber and I met, one of the more important plumbers in the world, I'd be a little starstruck. So to be a character actor and to meet a character actor whose work I've admired for so many years is pretty cool.
Yeah, it's like you were on Seinfeld, man. Come on.
Yeah, exactly. Well, besides, just so much.
Well, yeah, just to throw
by the way,
out.
I think if I met Howard Stern, I'd be blown away too. I think that'd be pretty cool.
I get that a lot. A lot of people say that, and I understand that. That guy's insane. I can't believe that he's on like network television right now. I mean, it's definitely it's a toned down Howard, but it's just like, oh man.
What amazes me about Howard actually as a performer is that he works blue really well on his show, but he so easily flips the switch and turns it off and is all of a sudden no longer. And it's like, to me, that's the sign of not just a real professional, but a really smart guy. The guy's just able to go, okay, I can't be blue here. I got to be totally clean and professional, and he does. He just does it without thinking. It's pretty cool.
Right. That was when I first heard he was going to be a judge on what is that? What is it? America's Got Talent.
America's Got Talent.
Yeah, there we go.
AGT.
When I found that out, I was like, oh wow, that's an interesting choice. But like you said, he's perfect. He's perfect for the role. He's perfect for the show.
Yeah, that's the thing about Howard. He knows how to behave wherever he is. A lot of people don't know that. A lot of people are, if you're a shock jock asshole, you're a shock jock asshole at all points in time. And Howard is an actor, I think. I think he's able to turn off that character when it's time to turn off that character.
Very well put. Yes, I agree. Well, speaking of characters, it's a good transition there. This is just a random observation or amusing, but I love you've been all these characters, and some of the names and like descriptions of these characters are awesome. Like I made this quick list: vet's assistant, warm-up man, Guido White, salesman.
What was that one? Oh, no, not Guido, but Guido. That's
Guido.
a story in and of itself. Go on.
Oh, sorry. Male hostage number 3.
When was I male hostage number 3?
That's what it said. Male hostage number 3.
I can't imagine what that is. That might have been a video game, though.
Yeah, no, that was one of your. We're gonna get into that. Yeah, your voice. You do some voice work. That was one of. Yeah,
right.
you voiced male hostage number 3, which is even kind of better than being him. And then my favorite personal Prince Sebastian LaCroix.
Oh, that was fun. I really like doing that.
Well, what's this Guido? What did you say, Guido?
Guido.
Guido.
Okay, so that was from
guided.
Apollo 13.
Mm-hmm.
And it's spelled Guido, like the Italian name and or epithet,
Right.
Guido. So when I booked this job for this movie that nobody knew anything about called Apollo 13, I was really excited. I was pretty young. I was in my early 20s. And I was super excited to be in a Ron Howard film. And I got the script, and I'm like, wow, I got the note that I was playing this role of what I thought was Guido White.
Right.
And I thought, oh, cool. I'm going to play an Italian guy, and this whole thing, I was working on my accent a little bit. And it stands for the guidance officer who was on the white team, because there were 3 teams in Houston during Apollo 13.
Mm-hmm.
So I was the Guido White.
Jeez.
Yeah. Yeah. And a friend of mine called, well, we didn't know anything about White at this point. All we knew was Guido and whatnot. And he called me up and he said, hey, I just got a role in Ron Howard's new movie. I said, oh my God, me too. We'll be on the movie together. What are you playing? He said, I'm playing Guido. And I thought, oh my God, I've just gotten fired before I even got the job because I'm playing Guido and he's playing Guido. Oh my God, I'm fucked. They just fired my ass. Unfortunately, there were more than one of each role, thank God, because I thought, oh no, I finally get a break and I'm broken.
I was just imagining you calling up like Ron Howard, being like, "Hey, what you doing here? I'm Guido White, you know."
That would have been awesome.
Recasting me, like, that's awesome. So you referenced yourself also as a character actor. For those that don't know, if you could describe your take on what a character actor is.
In Hollywood today, a character actor is anyone who you look at and go, you don't immediately say, I want to fuck them.
Okay.
That is the new definition of a character actor. I think that's the best way of describing it. I've never used that before. I will be using that from now on.
Boom.
I think that's actually a very good way of describing it. In Hollywood today, anyone who isn't gorgeous and is going to play a lead is a character actor.
Mm-hmm. John C. Reilly.
Paul Giamatti is a character actor. Yeah, John C. Reilly is a character actor. Now, does this mean that they're not fucking great actors? No, it just means that they're not your handsome leading man. In days past, I always thought of a character actor as a guy who could play many different roles and kind of disappear into them.
Right.
My brother, my brother's older than I am, and when I was becoming an actor, he said to me at one point, there are 2 different types of actors. There's the Dustin Hoffman type, and there's the Jack Nicholson type. He said, they're both good. You just got to figure out which is right for you. And I said, what do you mean? He said, well, Dustin Hoffman disappears, and you don't recognize that it's Dustin Hoffman. You go, oh, that's Hook, or oh, that's Kramer, or oh, that's Benjamin from The Graduate.
Mm-hmm.
Not, oh, that's Dustin Hoffman so much. Whereas Jack Nicholson plays Jack Nicholson throughout every movie. That's not to say that he's not great.
Right.
He is great, but he's always Jack.
Mm-hmm.
So when I was growing up, that was the definition of a character actor. Someone who could disappear completely into the role, and you'd go, oh, I could see him as a serial killer, or as a saint, or as a, as Pope, or as a rabbi, or whatever it is.
That was a brilliant breakdown. That Jack Nicholson description was like spot on. That's perfect.
Yeah, and that comes straight from my brother, and I thought, wow, that's really genius, and I've never forgotten.
The Shining comes to mind for some. Well, I mean, shit, like you said, any movie that I've been in. But yeah,
And he's brilliant. Don't get me wrong. I mean, I think Jack's a genius, but
oh yeah,
but he's always Jack.
For sure. Oh no, yeah, even yeah. The Joker, as brought to you by Jack Nicholson.
Yeah.
You've been involved in all this work, but before all that, you started acting when you were younger, from what I read. But you in school, you were focusing mostly on what, economics and law. It seems like. So, what's that transition that occurred from economics and pre-law to acting?
I'd done some acting as a kid, and I really liked it. And I thought to myself, hey, I want to be an actor. But as I was getting a little older and growing up in Los Angeles, I thought, oh, this is a really brutal and tough business. And I should be a lawyer. I had the grades, and at the time anyway, I had the smarts, and I thought, screw it, I'll be a lawyer. And I went to Berkeley, and I majored in economics, and was miserable my first year, and then did a play at some point, either in my first or second year, and wasn't miserable anymore, and
Nice.
kind of figured out, oh, I get it. I need to do more of this. And
It's worked out.
I took my LSATs, and I scored pretty well on them. I could have scored better, I thought. And I stood outside the post office with an envelope that allowed me to nullify my score on the LSAT before I got my score back, actually, because I knew I'd screwed up a certain section. And it would have said, just don't grade it, and I'll take it next time around. And I stood for about 2 hours in front of the Berkeley post office. I thought, if I mail this, I'm going to try to be a lawyer, and if I don't mail it, I'm going to try to be an actor. And about 2 hours of heavy contemplation, I threw the envelope away and walked home, and that was the end of it. I never tried to be a lawyer, and I've tried to be an actor ever since.
Right, now you just get hired to play a lawyer on TV.
Yes, exactly.
The cycle is complete.
Exactly.
So you've been in TV, like we said, these huge movies, Armageddon and Apollo 13, etc. But you also do voice work for video games and animations as well. Do you approach those types of roles differently than you would live action?
You have to. It's a different medium. It's a different skill set. That's not to say that there aren't people who have both, because there are, but there are also some really brilliant actors that I know who just don't translate well from one to the other. So you do have to have a different approach, in so much as in voice acting you have to convey all the physicality, I should say, of the role using your voice. Whereas on camera, you have to convey the subtlety of life, in the way that you're trying to portray the character. And so they are different skill sets. The preparation is not dissimilar, but the actual performances are different than it.
Right, they always show the behind the scenes of, something being recorded, and someone just kind of, always seems like at some point you just go nuts physically, and you couldn't normally do that in like a, a live action role. We're
Exactly. Chris Rock at the Academy Awards, 3 years ago, he made a comment like, how easy it is to be that's my worst Chris Rock imitation ever, how easy it is to be a voice actor, because he said basically you just go in and you talk. That's great when you're fucking Chris Rock.
Right, yeah.
Sure, you're Chris Rock, and your voice has kind of got a character to it already, but when you're actually an actor trying to make a living, as opposed to Chris Rock, who's doing it just to make extra money, there's a lot of work and effort that goes into it.
I would assume so, naturally. But, hey, that was the best Chris Rock impression that has ever been done on the show. So, congratulations.
Until the next one.
Until the next one, yes, all you have to do. Hey, I'm Chris Rock. There you go. Well, I do have one more question for you before our little chat is over.
Sure.
The reason we're watching Domino, we had to pick a movie that you were a part of, and for some reason I chose Domino. If there's anything that you remember from your experience on the Domino set, would you mind sharing it with us?
No, I'm happy to. First of all, don't sneeze, because you'll miss me. I show up for like 0.8 of a second in that movie. Having said that, it was directed by Tony Scott, who has since passed away, sadly. I really liked Tony. That's what I remember mostly about it.
Very cool.
We were wearing, if you see me and you recognize me, and again, don't sneeze, but if you see me and recognize me, I have a little thing in my ear because I'm an FBI agent.
Naturally.
And we're supposed to be wearing those to communicate. Well, Tony was actually in those earpieces.
Oh.
And he was feeding us shit and kind of, and he was a really funny guy. And there are a couple of points where we started we were about to giggle. I mean, he was really funny. So what I kind of remember was just Tony being a gas. I was sad when I heard he died. Not because I knew him so well. Certainly, I only worked with him for a day or two on this movie, but he was a gas. He was a cool dude, and I was sad to hear that he passed.
Nice, very cool. Yeah, I didn't know if you had some story about maybe you wrestled Mickey Rourke before he was in The Wrestler or something, or
Oh, don't I wish?
Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
maybe.
Okay. All right. The real story is, and I'm loath to say this on air, but I will, I guess. I made passionate love to Keira Knightley in our trailer.
Bam,
So,
that's exclusive. TMZ is gonna pay some money for that.
Yeah.
I know it.
Passionate love. She wasn't actually there, but I did. Keira Knightley.
She was in the trailer like down the way quite a bit.
Yeah. But that doesn't ruin my story in any way, shape, or form.
No, not at all. It's legit. You heard it here first. Andy Milder and Keira Knightley once were a unit and are no longer. I like making up rumors on the show. It's a pastime of mine.
There you go. Please
Andy Milder, thank you very much for being on the show. I really appreciate it. This is an awesome treat for me.
Well,
personally,
it's my pleasure, man. You're cool and you ask good questions.
Yeah, no, really. I mean, yeah, you've entertained me for years. You've been a part of projects that have really shaped, my view on entertainment. And most recently, I got into Weeds kind of late in the game, but I finished it up, and your character is one of the better parts of the show. It's just like...
Oh, thanks, man.
Yeah,
it was a lot of fun.
Like it's like a Larry David type character, like a victim of circumstance, sort of. I like that.
Oh yeah, Dean. Yeah, poor Dean. Yeah, Dean never got a break.
No. Yeah. No. I just can't help but think about you with a tennis racket handle lodged inside of you. So
yeah, that was fun.
That's the research I did when I said research earlier. It was just me watching that over and over. So thank you.
Nice. You're welcome.
Well, like I said, thank you for being a part of the show. I'm going to, so the listeners can find you on Twitter at Andy Milder. Is there anywhere else that you would direct people? IMDb is always good.
Yeah, but like if they're actually looking to hear anything from me personally, when I'm on Twitter, by the way, I'm on Twitter so infrequently. I used to do this thing where I would tweet whenever anyone died. I would tweet that I would try to get right on it and tweet that I was going to be meeting with them or starting to play with them or something like that. And it was great because at first anyway, people would be like, "Oh my God,
he doesn't.
Didn't you hear that they just died?" And I would be like, "What? What are you talking about? No, this is my break. I'm going to be in this big movie with them." And then I tweeted a couple of, and then it was just anyone. I would tweet it, and I tweeted two. I can't remember the one, but one was like Steve Jobs, and people were so like viciously non-humored about it, and like, how dare you? And literally, somebody told me to go to hell and meant it.
Jeez.
And I was like, oh, forget it. It's just not worth it. So I tweet very infrequently now, mostly because, in my opinion, people are assholes.
Yeah.
I certainly wasn't making fun of Steve Jobs. I'm making fun of death. And guess what? We're all going to die.
Exactly.
So,
like, come on.
If you can't deal with that fact, you're living on the wrong planet.
Come on. It's like when people make jokes about Joan Rivers or something, or say something about her. It's like, did you never like watch anything that lady was a part of? Like, she was no holds barred 100% of the time. So she said worse than this. I guarantee that.
Exactly.
But you will be a Twitter guy when we post the show and you retweet the episode for us. That'd be great.
I will be more than happy to.
Excellent. Well, good sir, Andy Milder, enjoy the rest of your day, and thank you for being a part of the podcast once again.
The pleasure has been mine. Please let me know when it's up so I can pick it up.
You're just adding to the list of amazing guests that I appreciate being on. It's really blown my mind.
Pleasure, man.
Fucking 29-year-old guy sitting here in his bedroom in Indianapolis, and I get to talk to all these really cool people that have, like I said, like shaped my view of entertainment throughout my whole life. So it means a lot.
It's a pretty cool, different world nowadays.
I know.
It's kind of awesome that way.
I know, it's pretty cool. I like it. Yeah.
Pleasure's mine, man.
Have a good day. I'll talk to you shortly.
Okay, great.
Alrighty. Later on.
Later.
Mm-hmm. Bye. How'd you like that interview?
That was a great interview.
It's pretty good. I enjoyed
I
myself.
love that guy.
Andy Milder, I love you, man.
I still want Keira Knightley to know.
Yes.
Nunchucks,
She will hear this, so
nunchucks,
be careful what you say.
10-inch Bowie knife, or her bare hands. She could beat me down. It'll be the greatest thing that ever happened to me in my life. I don't want to be beat down. I might have a warrant, and if she's busting me like a bounty hunter, I'd be like, all right, fucking Keira Knightley.
That's cool.
Take me to jail. Wait a second.
So that sucks. I'm going to jail.
Let me get my friends in a gun, see if I can't get a lap dance out of this.
Yeah. Cheer, 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 cheer. That's my excited sound. Wow, that picked up
She's
really
like-
well. That swig of booze picked up really well on the mic. I heard it. The Choco character threw a TV off of a second-story roof onto a car and then jumped from the roof onto the car and apprehended the suspect.
Which could easily kill the person inside of the car.
We're bounty hunters. No rules apply to us.
It's
We can just
fine.
murder people.
Alive or dead, that's what the warrant said. No warrants say that, sir.
This is not 1818.
Yeah, I'm sorry. This was in the Wild West.
Wanted.
Dead or alive.
Yeah, this movie is kind of filled with tragedy because the movie the character's based on OD'd, and then the director jumped off a bridge and killed
Committed
himself.
suicide.
Yeah, the director, Tony Scott, director of Beverly Hills Cop and Top Gun and Domino.
And a lot of other awesome action films
Correct.
from the 80s and 90s. Ended his life the way he made movies. Dramatically. By jumping off of a San Diego bridge. A man driving by witnessed him jumping and immediately called 911.
I'm a big fan of his films. Some of his films.
Oh, he's an action master.
True Romance with Trisha Arquette and Christian Slater is his name. Yeah, True Romance is good. Crimson Tide, Days of Thunder,
Yeah, this guy
Beverly
is
Hills Cop,
an
Top
action
Gun.
master. Action master.
He's produced more movies than he directed, but I mean he was a part of a lot of,
Yeah.
like you said, 80s and 90s action cinema.
A lot of his films, what I really appreciate about him is that he keeps them going. Like, you're constantly interested. He introduces it with action. There's action in the beginning, the middle, the end. and
Boom,
it's
guys
just like
playing
you're-
fucking beach volleyball, shirts off, glistening.
Now, Top Gun, not so much. But that was like classic 80s shit. Some of his more 90s stuff was like more intense the whole time.
Highway to the danger zone. I'm going right through the danger zone. Yeah. It's a hit.
It's good. But, Top Gun, although it was a chick flick, Top Gun was a chick flick.
It had a mix
It
of
was
both.
a good movie.
That's why it's
I
so
liked
appealing,
it,
because
but
it appeals to both men and women. It covers all demographics.
that part where he's flying the freaking jet upside down and the
Totally
other guy's
hot.
flying on top of it. Oh my god.
He fucking flips him off. It's hilarious.
That's why I joined the Air Force.
And then there's that part where he goes to her house, and then they have like sex, and it's like a silhouette, and then he's like riding his motorcycle. Oh my god.
When he's on the motorcycle.
Oh,
Gee,
it's shadows. There's just shadows.
you guys want to watch Top Gun?
Bow, bow, bow. Bow, bow, bow.
Do me a favor. Never do Top Gun on this show. Unless you get someone from Top Gun as an interview, then like, yeah, Top Gun for sure.
I got Tom Cruise. What movie we doing?
Top Gun.
Top Gun.
Of course.
Hey, Tommy fucking Cruise. How you doing, Tommy?
Turns out I had Tom Cruise until I said we were doing Top Gun. Now I don't have Tom Cruise. Fuck that up.
If we did Vanilla Sky, it was a go, but Top Gun, no dice. You smacked me in the face.
Are you gonna murder me now because I smacked you in the face?
Clearly, I am.
Take my life away? That's fucked up. That's some fucking psycho shit.
I like how he prevents him from killing him. Oh, you got that girl on your mind.
Well, he's
It's messing you up, boy.
humanizing.
Oh, okay, I got it.
It's a classic hostage tactic.
I've gotten crazy over a woman. Look at this
Yeah.
tattoo of
Just
a
like
woman's
you.
face on my back.
Just like you.
I feel you, bro.
You want to kill me? You want to take my life?
You want to kill me because of some skirt?
That's what you do. That's classic hostage negotiation tactics, though. You gotta and if you're ever a hostage, that's what you should do. Start like humanizing yourself, like identify with your captor.
Right?
I have kids. I have a wife. You know, that's just classic.
Classic.
Even if you don't have kids or a wife, tell that motherfucker you have kids and a wife.
And then you visit them in jail and say, I fooled you.
I don't have any kids or a wife. That'd be a dick move.
Gotcha.
That's just a dick move. Like,
Do. Mafia crime boss children to be executed is what they set up. Oops.
My bad.
Don't know. We gotta get the fuck up. Everybody get out. Like right now.
Every word of that is bad. Mafia, crime boss,
Execution,
children,
child.
execution. Like you can mix it up however you want, and it's bad. Whoa.
So this part's actually kind of weird. Apparently, the psychopath Choco decides that he is told that he needs to take. He was talking to Christopher Walken's character, but their cell phone reception was bad. Or it was Keira Knightley was talking to Christopher Walken's character, and their cell phone reception was bad. And all she heard was "take the arm," but on his arm is the combination to a safe with all this money they're looking for. But all she heard was "take the arm." So Choco goes back there and blows his arm off with a shotgun until he rips it off. Yeah.
Because he is a psychopath.
Oh, okay. He said, "Take the arm."
He holds his friends at gunpoint.
Couldn't
He
mean
fucking
anything
blasts
else.
Motherfucker.
Yeah,
that
right.
guy is crazy as fuck.
He is.
All right. I would not trust him at all.
He doesn't give two whats about a who
Or a shit. And
or a
giggle.
fucking. Correct.
Maybe he gives a little bit of a shit about a giggle, but not about a shit.
He definitely cared for her. Kind of cares for her. He got disappointed by her.
But
She let him down.
In real life, she's like, why the fuck are you making it look like I wanted to fuck the Mexican guy on our team?
Correct. Like he's.
Because, I totally didn't, because he has a dick.
I think what happened, part of it was. Is that your phone again? It's okay, but
I turned it on during that break.
the guy sets up unrealistic expectations for their relationship. Is what the issue is. It's not her, It's his unrealistic interpretation of what should be happening.
He's like, oh my god, I love her. She will be
She
mine.
loves me, and she will be mine.
Mi amore.
I will kill for you.
I will never speak English to you, even knowing that you do not speak Spanish.
Hey, and then this part's weird. They get drugged with mescaline tea.
I love the part
Sounds
where...
incredible. How would you not be able to tell that's not regular tea, though? It tastes like mescaline.
I like the part where she freaks out on him and she's like, fuck you. You fucking speak English. Fucking stop, just talk English,
That's all we speak. I'm sorry. That's all I understand. Please.
I understand in L.A. and Florida and southern states, speaking Spanish.
Florida.
Speaking Spanish is something you need to do. Like, whether you like it or not, there are a lot of fucking Spanish speakers, so you need to be able to speak Spanish.
Have you ever taken mescaline?
Yes.
Is this a visual representative? Is this a visual that's representative of mescaline?
The fact that it goes from green to gold green, yes. Yes. And I know you've taken it too.
Have I?
Don't even act.
Is that what that was?
That's what the tea that Sam.
Oh, okay.
Oh, yeah. That was mescaline.
I thought that was something else for some reason.
It's from the cactus. It's an extract from the.
Okay.
But yeah, when I took it, I was inside of a sweat hut as it was kicking in, and then when I walked out of the sweat lodge into the real world, the sky looked like lava. The ground looked like gold.
Oh, that's what it is. Peyote. That's what it was. You're right.
Yeah, it's a pure extract of peyote.
You're correct. Yeah. So okay,
Yeah.
I have taken mescaline.
Yes.
I remember we went. Yeah, I think it was you. You were the manager.
I wasn't
at
the
Pizza
manager,
Hut.
yeah, but yeah.
And we had to drive by there and pick up a deposit and then take it to the bank.
Yeah.
And we get to the bank, we're making the deposit, and then I open the door and I puke. The fucking drive through the thing.
Yeah.
It was all foam though. It was really weird.
Yeah, the foam, the white. They call
That's
it the white.
That's the weirdest thing ever, dude. You just vomit straight foam. It's so
Yeah.
strange.
Because your stomach is empty, At that point, if you do it the right way, your stomach
remember-
is empty. So all you're throwing up is stomach acid. That's what that foaming is.
Oh, okay, I
It's
gotcha.
stomach acid.
See, yeah, because that's the thing. I remember we, don't eat for like 8 hours or something before. But I remember our buddy that like acquired it and made it. He was always about his Native American roots
Yeah.
and things like that. I mean,
That's why I did the sweat lodge part of it.
correct.
But that like not eating intensifies the buzz, and then doing a sweat lodge while it's kicking in, which is like pretty much a sauna, intensifies the buzz.
But that's the
you
thing.
know?
Like exactly, like you would see it as you look at it from like a scientific point of view, sort of thing. No food in your stomach, it's going to be a stronger effect. But
Like
he
you
would-
can
he would-
hallucinate just from being hungry.
yeah, but I'm saying like he would see it as something like the only thing you have in your body is this.
It's a cleansing. You're purifying and being reborn.
Exactly, that's
Is the idea. And when you emerge from the sweat lodge, you're emerging from the womb.
And like you said, it would kick in faster because you're in the sweat lodge, which is technically a sauna. However, his thought is you're in the sweat lodge. It's not because it's the heat effect of it, but it's like the spiritual
It's the womb.
effect.
It's the
of it.
warmth of the womb. That's
Correct,
what
yeah,
it
yeah.
symbolizes spiritually. Is the warmth of the womb. You're there, and like you're.
It definitely left me more open to certain interpretations when I was on. Like
Yeah.
it was the only thing I could ever say to describe it was like I knew what like happiness was or whatever. I was just kind of like once it kicked in, it was just like hey, just like. But I remember what I was trying to get at is that when we were making it, he was adamant. Because he went to sleep,
It's
and it
a
was me and
long
you, and it
process.
was
Yeah,
8
it's
hours
a
we're
long
awake, just kind of
process.
like watching it slowly.
Yeah,
like,
I remember
boil,
that though.
rolling boil, and he's like, "Yeah, only good vibes."
He was like, "Only good vibes. I'm going to
Only
sleep."
good vibes. Like I'm
And
going. He trusted. It was this whole
We got out.
big trust thing.
We got out the little Casio keyboard, and we started making little
Vaginas,
funny songs.
Vaginas.
Just
when a man
hilarious.
tucks back his penis.
Yeah, oh my god! Just like on the Casio, deet 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 deet.
Vaginas,
deet, deet,
vaginas.
deet,
When a man
deet,
tucks back
deet,
his
deet,
penis,
deet.
you know.
Yeah,
And
vaginas.
he wakes. Our buddy wakes up, and the first thing we do is like, deet deet.
We're
deet,
like,
deet,
listen to this
vaginas.
shit.
Like,
And
listen
we're
to what
like,
we did.
listen.
And he's just like, no,
You ruined it.
The good vibes have been ruined.
But we were like, these are the greatest vibes
Yeah,
ever.
like we totally
were
flipped
like,
that shit around, you know.
We were like cracking up and having a great time the whole time we were doing it. And it's like, if it's the vibes while it was being stirred, then
Right. It's like,
it's
because at one point
funny,
it's like,
happy, giggly vibe.
not only are we going to take this like peyote stuff, but we're going to be on like 8 hours sleep in a 48-hour period or something. You know, like we just stayed up all night and watched the stuff boil. And
But
like,
the whole experience ended up being that, what we put into it. Just like
it's incredible.
funny,
Yeah.
funny, happy, giggly vibes, you know? You're building up to it, like creating a mindset, and then you take it and fucking get tripped out, and that mindset carries over.
P.S. for all you random kind of, this guy has like a really intense following, but Tom Waits is also in this movie. He shows up. I don't quite understand this cameo. He shows up, spouts off some religious shit.
He's the devil.
Takes them places.
He's the devil.
I thought he's talking Bible verses. I thought he was like some kind of savior or angel or something.
I
in
mean,
this case.
this is like a clear plot device right here. You meet the devil in the desert.
But yeah, he gives
You
him.
know
Yeah, he
what
gives
I'm
him. He
saying?
gives him ultimatum. Like you're gonna have to sacrifice your life in order to save this child's life.
Yeah.
The child, the $300,000 child
Yeah.
surgery.
But also, they're all tripping on drugs, so he might not even be there.
Yeah,
Or maybe he's somebody who's spouting off bullshit, and they're thinking it's deep because they're all fucked up.
Oh,
You know?
yeah, man.
But most
totally.
likely, he's not even fucking there.
1 Corinthians, yeah,
Yeah.
bro.
Either way, though, it's the snake.
Back to this mescaline thing. I remember we were out in the yard. At one point, we were under a blanket outside because it was like kind of cold or rainy or
Yeah.
something. And we come out from under it and we look across the street and there's this guy like tethering his boat.
Oh, yeah, I
Quotation
remember that.
marks, you know,
He
like-
had been watching us the whole time.
Right. And every time, like seriously, for an hour, he was like checking his mail and like making sure the tether on his boat was like secure. But he kept like
what are these motherfuckers
kept
doing?
stealing glances at us, and we're just
Laying in their yard under blankets.
just kind of singing, and you know, it's like 7 a.m. It's raining outside. It's a work day. Why are these guys like
laying in the yard under a blanket? Yeah.
These 20-year-olds like.
Are these just hobos, or are these the people who live there? In which case, if they live there, what the fuck are they doing? You know.
Is this legal?
Should I call someone or just go over there? I don't know.
Who do I call in this instance?
No, I remember we did that, and when we got to
Continue.
when we went to Pizza Hut to get the deposit, I was just staring at the floor tiles like they were just like waving and so crazy, and I was
Give me
hallucinating.
that important money.
Hardcore, yeah. And I'm like,
Give me that important bag of money, please.
I'm here to get the deposit. Yeah.
I'm here to acquire the deposit. Well, are you okay?
I'm fine. I just can't look at your eyes because the ground is not the ground. It's just like it's water.
Is your buddy okay out there? He's throwing up foam in the parking lot.
Yeah, that's totally normal. That's totally normal.
it's
In
just-
fact, I'm about to do that, so I gotta go.
And I'd rather not do it on these incredibly detailed floor tiles.
Jesus Christ.
Ugh.
These fucking floor tiles.
Who made these? Like God?
Now, what I'm talking about here are gray 6-inch floor tiles with black ass grout
Right.
in between them.
Yeah.
That grout used to be white, but it's black ass now. That shit was mesmerizing. That's what mescaline will do to you.
That's what the old mezcal does.
Well, I still got a quarter of that fifth to
I
go.
understand. I have some important friend stuff to talk to you about real fast. To ask you about.
Do it.
Let me
What's
clean off
that?
my microphone
My
cover
God.
there. All sensually.
All right.
So I was curious if. Oh wait, no, we're gonna miss the Andy Miles.
There he is.
Wait, no, he's the one right there on the in the foreground, right there with the white shirt.
Yeah.
That's him. Okay. Does he look familiar to you?
Yeah, I know who you're talking about. Yeah, I love
It's
it.
that guy. And what's his name? And that's
He's great. He's great.
So now when you see him, you can reference him. Like if you're watching Weeds or Apollo 13, you're like, hey, you know Guido White, Guido. Jeez.
Is that why you wanted to get all close?
Yeah. So there he is, sitting there roaming dials. I'm kind of curious now that he says that he had those earpieces in, or that earpiece in. I'm kind of curious what the director was saying to him.
Like cutting it up when they
Right.
were off scene.
He's like,
all
okay,
like,
now it's time to act serious, so I'm gonna
Unit
say
4.
some stupid shit in your face.
Unit 4, move to Section 6. 105 you know, and they're like, what the fuck?
We have an emergency vasectomy that needs to be
So
performed.
what'd you clean your mic
FBI
off
agent.
for? What was that?
Oh.
Oh my God. Come on.
Yeah. Would you like to be the permanent co-host of the show with me, sir?
I would fucking love it.
I was gonna ask our friend Josh Cummins, and he has decided to have his girlfriend birth a child.
Yeah.
They're gonna get married as well too. by the
Oh
way,
yeah,
which
dude,
is
I'm
cool.
gonna be his best man.
That's
I'm
awesome.
gonna be his best man. I love Josh
Congratulations.
Cummins too.
I was that for you, and now you will be
Yeah.
that for him, and then he will be that for me, and we will complete the circle.
I would like that, man.
I'm just kidding.
A lot.
That's insane, though. That's awesome. I don't think I'm ever gonna get married, but if
Yeah.
I do, you would definitely be my best man, of course. But yeah, that'd be great if you would be the co-host
Call
of the
me
show.
the thrill, whatever.
Yeah, you can call me whatever the fuck you want. I would love to be on the show. Yeah, I
we
think
can
it's
talk
been
more about that later.
so far so good. But yeah, it'd be great. I'd like to welcome our co-host. This is no permanent nothing. Co-host Will Hedrick. I'm sorry, I'm still the host though. If that's okay.
Yeah, of
That's in the
course,
contract.
man.
That's in the
This is
contract,
your
man.
show.
It's in the
your
fucking
show.
contract. You set up the microphone. I put in 15 extra minutes of work, and I am the host.
Boom.
A never-ending process.
Boom.
Boom, Will's here forever now in your faces.
You know what I do? I get drunk.
Now we
and
gotta
talk.
step it up. But you can also suggest movies too. It's perfect. I just don't want to do so much work, so now you have to come up with half the funny stuff now.
All right, that
It's the-
works.
Well, the funny, another air quoted a word funny stuff.
Well,
find it
yeah, I
hilarious.
can definitely talk more logistics about you and that and doing
Word.
that, you know. But
Expanding.
that'd probably be boring to talk about when we're watching Domino.
We're watching Domino
Domino.
with
Domino,
Monique.
motherfucker.
With Monique. See, that's okay. This is another thing of trivia I was looking up, and I was going to say this earlier. When they call him Alf, it's like one of those things. In high school, this specific situation, there was this kid named Kartik. But the the fucking high school teacher couldn't remember how to pronounce that, so he just called him Car. It's just like Alf. Like, that's the exact same thing. It says that the character of Alf was inspired by a real-life driver. They referred to as the Afghani because they couldn't remember how to pronounce his name. Shit happens all the time.
Yeah, because it was like Abba Jabba John.
Ron Jeremy was supposed to have
Look
his
up
name.
what's his name. Can you find that?
I don't know.
We could try and pronounce it for the next 10 minutes.
Uh,
Abaluch. It's a good film, and I think that the controversy added to its publicity, though. You know what I'm saying? How she's like,
oh, yeah.
oh, I was addicted to drugs and I was gay. And you didn't mention any of that. You actually made me like sexually interested in a man, which also like would never happen. And I think that's the main part that she got offended about. Is they're like, you're making me sexually interested in a man, which would never fucking happen, you know?
It's not that my sexuality defines me, but it is a part of who I am.
You're like raising eyebrows on a dude or something, you know what I'm saying? You'd be like, whoa,
Hello.
I'm fucking straight. I don't like that shit.
Hello.
And that's why she got mad, because she was like, you're making me raise eyebrows on this Mexican guy, which I'm like, ugh.
Yeah.
I'm gay, you know, and that would never happen.
Listen to Milo in there.
I know, he's fucking suffering. Oh, if I don't get out, I'm gonna die. Alright, the shootout, man.
Crazy shootout.
My thing with action films is if I fire 40 bullets in 2 seconds, someone's getting shot.
Yeah, you would hope so, right?
Not only would I hope so, but most likely, like, that is what is happening. Most likely, someone's gonna get fucking shot.
Thanks for helping me get my curtains up.
You're fucking...
By the way, I appreciate the help there. Yeah, I'm living life like a real adult, excited about curtains.
Like you're grown-ass man.
Oh, yeah.
Whoa.
Bounce, bounce. But yeah, I'm excited, man. We're co-hosts of a fucking podcast now together.
Give me extra responsibility. I'll be down. I got nothing else to do.
Give me your money. That's your responsibility.
Well, about that. I mean,
About that,
anything
goddammit.
except money.
It's okay. No, but yeah, next time we have a show, we will be joined by co-host Will and co-host Zach Cox. We are here together as a team of hetero.
You can kind of hear the pounding, but it just
my
sounded
hetero
weird.
life mate, Silent Will over here.
You're making it weird now.
Yeah, I know. I took it on too long. It's okay though. But yeah, thanks for joining us for this episode. It's pretty cool. I'm glad I got to do everything we did.
If you really want to hear some amazing shit, look up fucking Domino. Is it Ripley, Riley? What is it?
Harvey.
Domino. See, I was Domino.
Yeah,
Harvey's
like
life.
she let it.
Just look it up on the internet. She led an amazing life. Okay. She was a drug addict. She was a bounty hunter. She was a firefighter. She was left alone by her family, daughter. She's an amazing person. Look that shit up. And that's why I made a movie.
Right, like it's a story. It's a story about a human being.
Yeah, you could have made 100
That you
movies
can relate
out of
to.
this.
You know, you just want to, whatever, you want to escape your oppressive parents. Or
I don't know if you could relate to, because that's a pretty fucked up situation, you know?
No, but I
Like, where,
mean-
like, your dad's a superstar, movie star, and he dies at 4, and your mom leaves you alone after that. You know, that's a really fucked up particular
Yeah, but no, but
situation.
you can identify with like your parents dying young, or you can identify
Oh,
with
yeah.
being abandoned by your family or something. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
feeling that way at least. Like it's just a relatable human story. She did some like outlandish, crazy bullshit,
Exactly.
but in the end, she's just a human being that suffers like everybody else.
She
you know?
made the most of it, though.
Right, like a drug overdose. You can relate to that. I know people have overdosed on drugs.
But
Like,
before that, she led an amazing life. Like,
It's-
we could
yeah.
only dream of.
right, like she's what is it like they said with Motley Crue? Like they've forgotten more things than I've experienced. It's sort of the same role, you know.
Yeah.
We've just experienced things in a different manner, apparently.
Domino, motherfucker.
Yeah, Domino. Check them out. Check out our guest, Andy Milder. We are gracious here at the show for having him on. It was an enlightening experience, man. We got fucking A-list celebrity drama knowledge on the show. You know, he's hooking up with Keira Knightley.
Well, of all the guests that you told me about, I was like, Wow, I like that. I love that guy.
Yeah, I know. I'm excited to get. I'm trying to get. Like I said, we're trying to get Alex Winter on the show. So let's push that. Bill S. Preston Esquire. Come on, man.
It's cute.
All right. Well, until next time, I'm Zach.
I'm Will.
And this is the Movie Buzz Podcast.
It's time for Movie Buzz. It is time for Movie Buzz. Tell your mom, your sister, and your cousin it's time for Movie Buzz. Here comes your host, Zach, carrying a six-pack. Come on over, enjoy the phone. It's time for Movie Buzz. Yeah, come on